But as I dressed and put on makeup, touched the little tinted liquids to my skin, and watched the hand in the mirror move alongside my own, I rebuilt my connection to the face that I took outside and pointed at those around me. My hand ripped a wad of pulp and pushed it through the space between my lips. Juice crawled down the side of my palm. Like the moon, my mouth in the mirror seemed to look a little bit different each day. It was summer, and the heat hadn't yet tightened around our bodies, making us sticky and moist, trapping us in a suit we hated to wear. A breeze pushed through the open window, smelling of cut grass, chopped flowers, and I could hear the people outside leaving their homes. Their car doors opened and closed, tires shifting gravel as they pulled out of their driveways and vanished for 8 or 9 hours, only to return less crisp, their unbuttoned cuffs hanging open. I liked letting noise from the neighborhood leak into my sleep and begin turning things real. I liked it, except when I hated it. Hated how close the houses were to each other. Hated that the first outdoor thing I sighted each morning was my landlady's swollen face as she poked her head out the door to grab the newspaper. She lived below us, but from certain angles she could see straight up into our unit. Every day she bent down to retrieve it, then turned around, craning her neck to peer in through my bedroom window, checking to see if I'd spent the night in my room. Her aggressively changing hairstyle, auburn one week and then a dirty highlighted blonde the next, made it unclear whether she wore real hair or wore a wig, and if it was a wig, whether she slept with it on. My roommate B said it was like she was a fugitive inside her own home, someone living on the run without going anywhere at all. In the house next door lived a couple of college kids who kept the TV on at all times, even when they left for their classes or jobs or whatever responsibilities they had. Their screen glowed through the night, casting blue light on an empty couch. It went dark only when the kids were in that third bedroom, the one I couldn't see from our apartment. Sometimes, for variety, B and I watched the TV in their house instead of the TV in ours, though at that distance, we could only guess at what we were seeing, flipping through the channels on our end to find a match. Across the street, there was a family with a dog that slept most of the day, but a few times each afternoon, it ran to throw itself at the front windows, smashing its muzzle against the glass and barking until the sounds it made warped and hoarsened. I'd get up from my desk to see what was wrong, but there was never anything to see, not even a squirrel. Sometimes, then, our eyes would meet, the dog and me, and we'd just stare at each other from across that street, not knowing what to do. It was a safe neighborhood. There was nothing you could complain about without sounding crazy. The sun was bright outside, and I heard birds hidden in the trees, swarming the bushes with sounds of movement, calling out, bending small branches beneath the weight of their small bodies. Thumping sounds came from the other side of the bedroom door. It was B moving around our apartment. One small thump from the living room, and another, and then the sound of something being dragged across the floor. I heard her going to start the coffee maker and then giving up, opening the refrigerator and giving that up too. Standing still in the middle of my room, I tried to gauge how much I could move without letting her know that I was live. She couldn't assume that I'd be conscious this early in the morning, but that wouldn't stop her from checking every 5 or 10 minutes, pausing to listen for the sounds of someone wakeful. Then sometimes she'd sit herself near the door, ear against the door jamb, and talk toward me as though we were having a normal conversation. She'd talk toward me until I responded. B said the apartment was lonely when I wasn't awake. She said if I was sleeping, I was as good as dead. She meant in terms of companionship, interactivity, my ability to help her make breakfast for herself. When B did eat,